All right, man. Let's get into one clock in or clock out for the sake of time. And then we want to get into you as a hooper or shooter. Your brand. So this will be an interesting clock in or clock out because Brandon doesn't really like this guy, which is why I wanted to do it. All right. So, clock in or clock out. Draymond Green is the most important player for the Warriors. Important. I want to clarify. He's not the best. Not the most. You could argue whether most important, most valuable is the same thing, but for what they do in their system and their performance on both sides of the ball, is Draymond the most important player for the Warriors? Clock in or clock out?
Clock in meaning like you agree that he is the most important. Clock out, you don't.
Oh man! All right. First off, let me explain my
Disdain.
Disdain when it comes to Draymond.
Y'all look that word up now, kid.
That's a good.
That was good. That was good. That's it too. Yeah, you like that one. Okay.
So
Clock in.
Understanding, I feel like the older I'm getting.
See, we ain't go to RIT. We don't just
it was
pull
smooth
these
too.
words
It was
out,
just, it was no no stutter, no pause, nothing. It was just.
I
appreciate that, man.
But here's my thing. So I feel like my whole thing with Draymond is that when they were winning, you know how vibrant and like excited and talking trash and like just getting in everyone's face about everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, you're winning. Like I get that. But what happened when Clay left, got hurt? What happened when Steph left and got hurt? He wasn't saying anything. That year they went like 15 and like 60 or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like my thing is like if you're gonna be that guy and talk trash, keep that same energy whether you're winning championships or you're the 15th, you're last place in the Western Conference.
Mm-hmm.
That's my only thing. Just be consistent.
Right.
That's
So,
fair.
but to that point, the older I get, the more I'm, you grow up as a basketball player, your mindset evolves. So it's more, you're not thinking about points. You're not thinking about, I gotta kill this dude or ISO. I gotta go 1-on-1. So, believe it or not, to your answer, I feel like the league we play in, I feel like I actually play like him, but I can shoot.
I was gonna say.
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
If that makes
You
sense.
have a similar role except you can shoot. Yeah.
So
And you're not as I'm like him vocally.
yeah,
But the way you play for us is definitely similar.
So I feel like I got a lot of respect for him.
Let's go. Let's keep it going.
If you listen to this podcast, let's link up because I would love to work on your shot and your shooting mechanics and stuff like that. But to answer, I know it's a long answer to the question. I feel like he is. I'll give him his respect only because lately, Molly, shout out to Molly. She's watched the podcast, and so just understanding his mindset and I feel
Draymond's podcast.
Yeah. And the fact that he's the only guy that's actually playing in the NBA Finals and doing a podcast, like you see how much work it is
that's crazy.
for you guys to, set this up and record.
It's like immediately like after the games too, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the best time because it's fresh and you're just raw.
you just kind of spawn off the mouth.
So
I agree.
what he's doing, as far as the podcast and just the whole audio sphere is amazing. And so, I feel like he's the most important role because he's like a point forward, so he knows people's tendencies. He knows, how to push people's buttons on the floor. You saw the whole Jaylen Brown situation with him just trying to, get under his skin. And so, with that being said, he also understands how to create for Clay, for Steph, and really just open up the floor just based on his knowledge and understanding the game. So, to answer your question, I'll give it to him.
Clock in and there. Okay.
All right.
That's all right.
I'm growing up.
Yeah, I agree, man. You know, and going off the point, we're kind of living through it, right? Like, when you look at the makeup of the Warriors personality-wise, Steph isn't, you know, a boisterous, demonstrative type of dude. Clay isn't.
Andrew
Looney
Wiggins.
definitely isn't. Andrew Wiggins definitely isn't.
Mm-mm.
So when guys are BSing and not playing to their standard, who's going to keep them accountable? It's Draymond.
Yep.
And they need that. And those guys recognize that, sometimes we need somebody to be all up in our face and, calling us out. I think if you look at every championship team, they've had that guy that can call people out. Is not afraid to call people out.
You need that
And Draymond, exactly. And Draymond does that. And then you also add in his IQ and how he is as a screener, defender. You know, he's special, man. And you could say the same on Clay and Steph's side. Without Draymond,
Yeah.
you know,
They don't have their career.
because when Draymond's out, they don't play very well.
Nah, it's a lot harder for them to get shots.
Exactly.
He reminds me of a Rodman 2.0. Like,
Yeah.
He can score the ball a little bit better, but he does everything well. And he's undersized. He's
Yeah.
6'6", 6'7",
Yeah.
but he can guard the 1 through 5.
Yeah.
So
Without an underrated, like, he doesn't foul out.
no,
People don't talk about how underrated that is.
yeah,
Like, as physical as he is, he rarely fouls out. He's always in the
Put
game.
in work and here's the proof. What you want?
I'm making moves, punching in.
I'm on it too.
I'm in the gym.
I'm in the stew.
It's hunting season.
Where's the food?
We push each other day